You're sitting across from her in a dimly lit Philly diner. Her smile glows warm, like the neon sign flickering outside, hinting at a fresh start. But look closer. Her eyes carry shrapnel from battles you didn't fight, wounds you didn't cause. Dating a single mom over 30 isn't just meeting a woman. It's stepping onto a psychological minefield. Every word, every move, weighed against a script you didn't write. This isn't love at first sight. It's a gauntlet most men never see coming. Are you ready to navigate it? Or are you just another casualty in the making? You step into her world, thinking it's a clean slate, a chance to build something real. Picture a Denver coffee shop. Her laugh cuts through the chatter, making you believe this could be different. But here's the raw truth. There's no fresh start. You're entering a story half-written, characters you'll never meet, twists you can't rewrite. A single mum over 30 isn't just a woman. She's a fortress of scar tissue built from heartbreak, betrayal, choices buried under motherhood's weight. You're not dating a person. You're inheriting a psychic ruin, and she expects you to rebuild it with your patience, your desire, your soul. Imagine a Chicago dive bar. Springsteen's voice hums from the jukebox. She's sharing her life, her kid, her hustle, her strength. You're hooked, thinking you've found something real. Then you miss a text, show up 5 minutes late, forget to ask about her day. The air shifts. Her warmth turns cold. Questions turn sharp, like interrogations. Why? You're not just you. You're every man who let her down. Every broken promise. Freud called it repetition compulsion, the unconscious need to relive pain, casting you as the villain in a play you didn't sign up for. She's not loving you. She's replaying her trauma. You're the stand-in for ghosts she hasn't faced. This isn't about her being broken or unworthy. Her psyche is a labyrinth. You're expected to navigate it blind, no map, no compass, just good intentions. She'll test your loyalty against her ex, her father, the man she thought she'd marry. You think enduring her tests shows strength. It doesn't. You're feeding her need for control, her hunger to rewrite history through you. The deeper you go, the clearer it gets. This isn't a relationship. It's a battlefield. Her wounds set the rules. Let's plunge into this battlefield's core, where the war unfolds not in words, but in the silent currents of her psyche. These aren't quirks or baggage. They're psychological structures, layered over time, shaping every moment. To survive, see them clearly, not as a lover, but as a strategist. Start with the savior fantasy, where she dreams of a man riding in like a hero from a Springsteen song, healing her wounds just by being there. Picture yourself as John from Ohio. Solid job, good heart. You meet her at an Atlanta barbecue. Her confidence pulls you in. She's got a kid, a career, a story of grit that makes you want to step up. But she doesn't see John. You're a band-aid for trauma she never faced. A symbol to fix years of heartbreak she's too scared to confront. She'll demand patience, then snap at your flaws. Praise your strength, then undermine your masculinity with quiet tests. You're not her partner. You're her experiment, labeled as the one who gets it. She expects you to absorb her pain, understand her without question, heal what's buried deep. She thinks it's fair. Her pain's so heavy, she believes you owe her your soul to make it right. When you fail because no one's perfect, you're not just a guy who slipped. You're proof men can't be trusted. Another page in her betrayal story. This fantasy isn't love. It's her outsourcing her healing. You pay the price. Now, shift to the child as king, where her son or daughter becomes her universe's center, and you're an outsider in her emotional fortress. You think you're building a family, like a sitcom dad. Maybe you're in a Dallas park, pushing her kid on a swing, feeling like you belong. You don't. Her child isn't just a kid. They're the man who stayed. Her identity's anchor. You're competing with a bond you can't touch, and she doesn't want you to. Discipline her son. You're overstepping. Step back. You're not committed. Show too much affection. You're invading her space. She's built an altar to her child. Not just from love, from guilt for choices that led to single motherhood for the father who's gone. Freud said the unconscious compensates for mistakes. That's her move, pouring all her energy into her kid, leaving nothing for you. You're not a partner. You're a threat to the sacred bond shielding her pain. This isn't about hating her kid or resenting her motherhood. Her child's a psychological fortress. You're the intruder. Every step advice, boundaries, connection is judged against her need to prove she's a perfect mom. No man wins that fight. The game's rigged. She's not building a family. She's guarding a structure where you're expendable. Next, explore the ghost of guilt, where past pleasures haunt your present. She lived free, once wild Miami nights, reckless Vegas choices, men not worth her time. Now she wants to be sacred, devoted mother, mature partner. But her past lingers, a shadow tainting every moment. She carries a gap between the life she lived and the image she projects. She won't admit it. She projects it. You're in a Seattle bar, sharing dreams, when she snaps. You didn't call after work. Your compliment felt off. Why the overreaction? You're not just you. You're every guy who burned her. Psychoanalysis says what's not faced returns as a symptom. Her symptom? Anger at the masculine. Quiet, subtle, woven into impossible demands. She's not mad at you. She's mad at herself for chasing desire over stability. For years she can't reclaim. But instead of facing that, you're the courtroom. Judged for sins you didn't commit. She claims no regrets. Her psyche says otherwise. Every test, outburst, outsized demand is her punishing you for her choices. You're not her partner, you're her scapegoat, paying for the freedom she lived and its cost. Fail her standards, and she'll say, "See, no man's worth it." As if that clears her guilt. It's not about you. It's her unresolved conflict. You're in the crossfire. Now, turn to control as salvation. Where love becomes a script, she directs, with precision. She's not dating you, she's managing you, controlling every detail to quiet her past's chaos. You're at an Austin diner. She asks about your day. It feels like an interrogation. She wants your phone's passcode, your emotional history, every thought laid bare. Her past? Locked tight. Why? Control is her armor against unprocessed pain. Love needs freedom. She's terrified to let go. One wrong move, a bad day. A sharp word, you're the enemy. A bad joke, disrespect. A pause, abandonment. You're not her lover. You're her employee, clocking in with perfect devotion. Psychoanalysis shows unhealed wounds drive control to avoid repeating pain. But love can't be controlled. That's why she suffers. By killing risk, she kills desire. You're a puppet in her psychic drama. This control isn't hate. It's fear. Paranoia of betrayal. She expects your failure before you start. And by expecting it, she ensures it. You're her self-fulfilling prophecy, the mistake she waited for. She doesn't want a partner. She wants predictability. A script without surprises. But you're not a script. You're a man with desires, flaws, humanity. The more human you are, the more she molds you, pruning your strength, your doubts, your frustrations, until you're a prop in her redemption story. Then, face the addiction to pain, the darkest truth, where suffering becomes her identity. Behind every overcoming speech, every "I'm stronger now" tattoo, lies a need for chaos. She's not chasing happiness. She's hooked on pain, not because she's evil. It's the only story she knows. Picture a Nashville coffee shop. She says she wants a real relationship, but when you love consistently, she pulls back. Build something stable? She breaks it. Why? Peace scares her. It exposes the void she's fleeing. Freud said some find pleasure in symptoms. That's her. Suffering proves she feels too much, fights too hard, gives too much. If things go well, she's lost. Real love doesn't feed her story, it challenges it. She'll sabotage your efforts, not because you're failing, Success threatens her victim identity. You're not her partner. You're the next character in her soap opera. The man she'll blame when it ends, as it always does. She picks good men, not to love, to prove they'll fail too. It's revenge against her desire, the men who hurt her, herself. You think you're wronged. You're used. A symbol, an argument, a stepping stone. She needs to prove nothing works. No one stays. Even when she pushes you away. Strip her suffering, and her identity collapses. That's why she destroys what you build. Accusing you of her deepest fear, not being enough. Pull back to the unseen enemy, the unconscious narrative binding these psychoses. She's not just a woman with a past. She's a script she doesn't know she's reading. Every test, demand, cold shoulder is part of a psychic structure shielding her truth. She's not fighting you. She's fighting herself, her choices, her unhealed grief, your collateral damage. Picture a New Orleans house post-hurricane. Cracked foundation, crumbling walls. She lives in it, pretending it's fine. You arrive with tools to rebuild. She doesn't want a new house. The ruins are all she knows. Your love, effort, presence threaten to expose the cracks. So she pushes you away. Not because you're failing. You're too close to her truth. She believes she's ready for love. Her psyche betrays her. Repeating patterns, approach, test, chaos, distance, guilt. You're trapped in a cycle she can't see. The more you try to break it, the tighter it grips. You're not her partner. You're her mirror, reflecting pain she won't face. Now, face the masculine burden, the weight of her world. You're not just a man. You're her healer, provider, therapist, punching bag. She calls it love. It's a transaction. Your strength for her validation, your patience for her chaos. In a Portland bar, she vents about her ex. You think you're supportive. You're not. You're drafted into a war you didn't start. Fighting battles you can't win. This burden isn't just emotional, it's existential. You question yourself. Am I enough? Am I doing this right? Why am I always failing? Her psyche's at work, eroding your confidence, your clarity, yourself. You're not failing. You're manipulated into a role you weren't meant for. She doesn't want a partner. She wants someone to absorb her pain, validate her story, prove she's worth loving despite her doubts. Then, there's the trap of empathy, where your compassion becomes a cage. You're a good man, taught to listen, to care, to step up. You see her struggle, her strength, her love for her kid. You want to help. In a Charlotte park, watching her chase her daughter, your heart softens. You think empathy bridges the gap. That understanding her pain wins her love. It doesn't. It traps you. Her pain's no bridge. It's a moat, keeping you distant while demanding you dive in. The more you empathize, the more she expects. You're no longer a man. You're a function, a crutch, a prop in her redemption arc. Your compassion cages you, locking you in a cycle of giving without receiving, loving without being loved. She praises your kindness, punishes your humanity. To her, empathy isn't connection. It's submission. Zoom out to the algorithm of chaos, the system fueling her patterns and your struggle. It's not just her. It's a culture, prizing distraction over clarity, chaos over truth. Scrolling YouTube for answers, you find clickbait, quick fixes, influencers peddling healthy relationship myths. Truth doesn't trend. It disturbs. It demands you see the structure behind the pain. The algorithm hates that. This channel fights that current. We don't sell dreams or stroke egos. We spark awakening, tools to see the battlefield clearly. The system buries voices that challenge, that push, thought-over feeling. We may not last forever, not from drama. Truth threatens those profiting from confusion. But if this channel falls, the awakening endures. See the structure, and you can't unsee it. Understand, and you can't return to the old frequency. Finally, walk the path to power, your escape from this battlefield. This isn't about hating women or dismissing single moms. It's seeing the war for what it is, choosing yourself. You're not her therapist, her savior, her scapegoat. You're a man with desires, strength, worth. Protect that, or you'll be drained, filling a void not yours to fix. Step back. Her tests aren't about you, they're her wounds. Her demands aren't love, they're control. Her pain's not your burden, it's her journey. You can't save her, you can save yourself. Walk away from scripts that don't serve you. Seek women who build with you, not through you. Find someone who's faced their demons, not made you fight them. This is your wake-up call. You're not a martyr. You're here to live, to love, to lead. Stop playing her game. Choose relationships where your strength is valued, not exploited. Surround yourself with men who see this truth. Tired of being scapegoats for another's story? Join our community. Not for dogma, for clarity, for raw, unfiltered truth cutting through the noise. This channel isn't mine, it's ours. It's for every man from Atlanta to Seattle. Every guy done being blamed for mistakes he didn't make. Done being the consolation prize for a woman who knows better but manipulates your desire. We're building a space where truth matters, where men reclaim power through understanding, not anger. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to join the fight. The algorithm buries what challenges. We're fighting to be heard. The battlefield's real. Your strength is too. Choose yourself. Walk away from her altar. Build your legacy. The time to awaken is now. There's no going back.